We've got only 2 undefeated teams left in the NFL. Will those 2 teams remain perfect after week 5? Let's find out here. How's it going, everybody? I'm Jason of Jason's Realm here, and today I'm here bringing you guys, me and the team's week 5 NFL predictions. Let's dive right into this. Up first, we have the 0-4 Chicago Bears going to Washington to take on the Washington Commanders. And this game's going to be on Thursday Night Football, and let's get it out of the way. Everyone here has the Commanders winning. Me, David, and HD. We were the 3 that got picks in this week. PDF, hopefully we're getting picks from him soon. Same thing with NFL. We'll see if we can get picks from them soon. But for the video, it's just us 3. We all got Washington. Should be fairly straightforward. Chicago sucks. Up next, we have the second London game. The Jacksonville Jaguars going to Buffalo to take on the Buffalo Bills. This game going to be a very interesting one. Jacksonville has played well in London in the past, but they're playing back-to-back weeks in London. Does this mean they're going to struggle this week? Well, let's just put it this way. All 3 of us got the Bills winning this one just because we think the Bills are the better team right now, by far. Up next, we have a great game here. C.J. Stroud going to have a chance to extort his absolute will on the Atlanta Falcons defense. The Houston Texans going to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. I'm just going to be blunt with you guys. We all got Houston. Desmond Ridder ain't going to do anything against C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud is putting up MVP numbers. He's not necessarily MVP but I mean he is putting up veteran numbers, grizzled veteran, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady. He's putting up numbers like that in his rookie year. This is absolutely insane to think about, especially whenever you look at that Houston Texans team. They don't have the greatest offensive line. They don't have the greatest weapons. You put this man in San Francisco, oh my gosh, that's a 17-0 Super Bowl champion right there if I've ever seen one. Up next, we have the Carolina Panthers going to Detroit during Carolina's tank to take on the Lions. And we all got the Lions. The Lions are a good team this year. The Panthers are not. I don't know how else to put it. They're not. They suck. They need another wide receiver 1, and Claypool ain't going to help them at all if they go for him. So that's not even really an option for them. They need a bona fide wide receiver 1. They need to tank for the first overall pick to get a wide receiver 1 for Bryce Young. But either way, we all got the Lions winning. Up next, we have the Tennessee Titans going to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. This game going to be a very interesting one as the Titans do have an aging core. I've said this many times before. Ryan Tannehill is not going to bring you to a Super Bowl in his current state right now. And you have an aging Derrick Henry and an aging DeAndre Hopkins as his top 2 weapons. I mean, D-Hop still has some in the tank, but there's not a lot left to give. So, that being said, I got the Colts winning this one, the up-and-young-coming franchise. But David and HD both taking the Titans on this one. This is going to be an interesting one to watch. Up next, we have a not even competition. The turnstile of an offensive line in the New York Giants going to Miami to take on the Dolphins. This game is going to be an absolute blowout. Miami's going to get back on track. They might drop 60 on the Giants because of how bad they are. In fact, I mean, they're not going to drop 70, but they could drop 50 or 60 without even blinking an eye against this Giants team. So we all got the Dolphins winning it fairly straightforward. Up next, we have the New Orleans Saints going to Foxborough to take on the Patriots after Bill Belichick has suffered his worst loss in his career. That being said, I have the Patriots winning this one. Derek Carr going to try to be back once again, and they do have Alvin Kamara back in the fold again. That's a good thing for the Saints, and that's probably why David and HD are picking the Saints to win this. But realistically, Bill Belichick is not going to go down without a fight. He is going to do every single thing in his power to make sure he does not lose again after losing by 35 points, the biggest margin in his coaching career. Up next, we have a game that I was really hoping was going to be a good one, but it is just absolutely not. The Baltimore Ravens going into Pittsburgh to just absolutely maim the Steelers. This team has no offense. You have Matt Canada calling a 4th and 1 shotgun pass from Kenny Pickett when you have Najee freaking Harris to run the ball. I mean, the Steelers are a whole mess, and now Pickett's probably not playing this week. It looks like Trubisky, I'm pretty sure, was confirmed to be the starter this week after the Pickett injury. He's going to miss some time, but we'll see how it goes. But we all have the Ravens. It's not even going to be a contest. It's just going to be a slaughterfest in Heinz Field. Up next, we got a game that at the beginning of the season would have been considered a massive blowout. And it could very well still be, but it won't be a blowout in the way you think it is. The Cincinnati Bengals going to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Something special has been going on in the desert. We don't know what it is. But man, this team is playing up and playing well against everyone they face. Every single team they face are playing well against. And I have to say, me and HD, we're taking the Cardinals because the Bengals have not looked too convincing. You got Joe Burrow with a calf injury who's still struggling. He's not looking like himself at all with that calf injury. And you're going up against a Cardinals team that has been feasting, absolutely feasting, on every other team they go on, including the Dallas Cowboys. So, yeah, we all have the Cardinals, except for David taking the Bengals. Up next, we have a game that could be very close, surprisingly close, the way the Eagles have been playing football this year, but it's the Philadelphia Eagles going to Los Angeles to take on the Rams. This game, I expect the Rams to keep it close. I'm expecting, if I had to give a score prediction right now, which I will do, by the way, in my Horns Up video on Saturday, but anyway, if I had to give one right now, I would probably take the Eagles by a score of 24-22, 24-21, something like that. It's going to be close. It's going to be a lot closer than people think it is because the Eagles have not been looking really good this year. Quote me on that. Light me up in the comments if I'm way wrong. But it's going to be a one-score game, maybe even a field goal game by the time it's over. But we all have the Eagles because the Eagles just are probably going to be the better team. The Rams is really going to come down to how does the defense hold up? How does the O-line hold up for the Rams? Does the O-line give up 5-6 sacks again? Or does the offensive line actually do their job and allow Kyren Williams to run the ball? That's the big question for the Rams. Up next, we had a game that would have thought to have been a big blowout at the start of the year. The New York Jets going to Denver to take on the Broncos. Now, this one going to be a very interesting one, but we all have the Jets winning this one because, well, for me at least, I chose the Jets because Zach Wilson, there was a massive change in his demeanor. A lot of times, at least last Sunday night, a lot of times you'd see he's on the sideline, he's just like, yeah, bro, how's it going, man? Yeah, we're playing football for a living. It's awesome. But on Sunday night, that man was laser focused. He was determined to do whatever it took to make this team look legitimate. And he did just that. Screw that reporter that called him trash. Big shout out to Chris Jones for trying to be the better man on that and say, yeah, man, he's not trash. You got to respect him. Big shout out to Chris Jones for that. But anyway, Zach Wilson really just making everything look better. And the fact that he's finally starting to take ownership. He is maturing greatly. The Jets are in a perfect position right now. And Zach Wilson is really just maturing. You ask him last year when his offense puts up 3 points and the defense holds them to 6. Are you responsible at all? No, I'm not responsible. This year, he was caught on the sideline of that Chiefs-Jets game. Whenever, meanwhile, the Jets were getting utterly screwed by the refs, Zach Wilson is quoted as saying, "It's my, I lost us the game. It's my fault, bro." He's taking ownership. He's taking responsibility, and he is making that step. This is what we could very well see in Zach Wilson, and he looked pretty good last Sunday. Can he keep it up? We all think so. We got the Jet. Well, after going too long on that game, we don't have a lot of time budget for this one. There's Kansas City Chiefs at the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings suck. The Chiefs win. We all got the Chiefs. Up next, we got your granddaddy's greatest game, the Dallas Cowboys going to San Francisco to take on the 49ers on Sunday Night Football. This game always seems to happen year in and year out in the playoffs, and this is probably going to determine where that game will be hosted this year. Will it be hosted in San Francisco, or will it be hosted in Dallas? That is going to be the key question, and this could very well be the game to determine it. I mean, we all have the Niners because the Niners are just a better team. There are still question marks about that Cowboys offense, if you ask me. I mean, they've been winning games, yes, but offensively, their production has not been the greatest. Defensively, their production has been through the roof, but offensively, there is still some question marks. I have not seen a dominant game from Prescott. I have not seen a dominant game from that offense in general yet. So we'll have to see what happens here. But defensively, they're playing really good. We all got the Niners, though. And next, we have Monday Night Football. The Green Bay Packers going to Vegas to take on the Raiders. This game is pretty straightforward. The Packers with Jordan Love looking really good, except for Thursday night last week. The offensive line looked like a turnstile in the first half. But anyway, David has the Raiders winning this one. Me and HD are taking the Packers, just because the Packers are going to be the better team. The Raiders are possibly going to be without Jimmy G. I haven't heard any updates on the Jimmy G situation. I don't know if he's back yet or not, but even still, they're not utilizing their weapons enough. All they're doing is just feeding the ball to Devontae Adams. You double team Adams, you're going to win the game. They're not using Hunter Renfrow, which really gets on my nerves. You're not using a bona fide wide receiver 2 on your team, and instead you're just feeding the ball to Devontae Adams every time. That's what's killing the Raiders right now. But David picking the Raiders, me and HD taking the Packers. Now, I do figure I want to take a moment here real quick just to go through teams on bye. We have the Seahawks, Browns, Chargers, and Buccaneers. You guys will be in the fold for the rest of the season, but you guys have a bye week this week. Well, that's about going to do it for me today. If you guys did like, don't forget to smash like and subscribe, as it does help me out a whole lot. It tells me that I'm making content that you guys enjoy, and that I should keep doing what I'm doing. If I am doing something wrong, let me know in the comments what you would like to see different, and let me know who you got winning this week. And I guess with that, I will catch you guys later. Oh, wait a minute, before we do, check out our power rankings down here if you haven't already. please do it. The YouTube algorithm would love you for that. And I guess with that, I will see you guys later. Peace out and have a good one.